some news. Rob G, can you shed some light on this conversation? Not news, conversation.
Bill Belichick. I don't know if you noticed, I'm over the Trophy and the Lombardi Trophy. And
he sounds just like that. Yeah. So Bill Belichick,
not when he's sporting his young girlfriend, I bet you
got a little extra
like
pepper
that.
to step down. It's your boy Bill. On these UNC streets.
Even though he's now a college coach, I guess, he is still in the media like he never, got hired, because he was doing the Let's Go podcast, famously hosted by Tom Brady and Jim Gray. And they were talking about the Super Bowl coming up and all the different.
So is Fitzpatrick not on there? Is he not on there?
I don't know if he's on it full time.
He used to be.
The only full timers is Jim Gray and Brady, and even Brady's missing a couple because of the Fox commitments.
Yeah.
I never missed the.
I know you don't. Okay. I know you don't. But anyway, they're talking about the Super Bowl, and during the conversation, in an effort to explain the importance of having good players on your team, Bill Belichick suggested renaming the Lombardi Trophy. Take a listen.
Players win games. You can't win games without good players. I don't care who the coach is. It's impossible. You can't win without good players.
They don't name it the Star Trophy. It's named the Lombardi Trophy.
Maybe they should name it the Brady Trophy. He won 7 of them.
All right. They should name it the Brady Trophy.
I feel way better about it after hearing it, because it wasn't serious.
A little more tongue-in-cheek than you thought?
I thought it was a serious play. But there's no way that the trophy should be named for Tom Brady. That would be preposterous, ridiculous. And even Bill Belichick can't have his name on it. That franchise is riddled with cheating scandals. It just is. I'm telling you, remember this day, and I'm pointing at you.
Okay, all right. Let me turn.
Someone will write a book one day and expose everything that went on.
Oh, for sure. No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that.
Like what went on, how they were going through the garbage of the hotels when they throw out the players were throwing out the meeting, game plans and all that stuff. Like you will not understand the scope of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always said, Eric Mangini was one of his disciples. Mm-hmm. And when he pulled the curtain back and said, "Don't do that to me. I know what you guys do." If that's not an indictment, am I right?
He did say
what else is an indictment?
No, listen, I don't think any of us think that the Patriots are without blame, without their hands being dirty. That's for sure. The only thing similar to the Astros, I think, where sometimes why you don't get some teams going so hard on other teams is because it's like, if I go too crazy on you, then it turns into, well, what have y'all been doing? And now the microscope turns to us. And so I think you get a little bit of that, meaning if the Patriots did some stuff, for sure they did, but I think also some other teams did some stuff. I'll give you an example.
But it's about getting caught.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. And
we all speed on the freeway.
Yeah.
And if you're an
habitual speeder and keep getting caught, it's you that's going to court and might lose your license. I don't disagree with that. But that's like the Michigan scandal most recently, a couple years back, when they had the young dude that was going and all on people's sidelines and scouting and all that. Man, if you watch the documentary, which you're in, it's crazy to find out how widespread it was. How many teams had that go spy on people's signs guy? It's just, to your point, Michigan got caught. So I do think there is an element with the Patriots where, they were doing stuff, we all know, but I think there's another side where teams are like, I don't want to go too far blaming them, calling them out, because then somebody might start looking at us. Or like you said, somebody might write that book on what we were doing. So I think there's a bit of that.
And the other thing, too, is I know people talk Brady won 7. I could give 3 of those or 4 of those to Adam Vinatieri, to the defense. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Even when they beat the Rams for number 6. Tom Brady had no touchdowns, a fumble,
was it 13-3?
A pick. 13-3 was the final score. Like you can't.
That's
and
a
you
good
know,
baseball game.
It is on one side.
On one
side.
Somebody was cooking that night.
But you get what I'm saying. Like that is an example of Brady won his 6th Super Bowl when he really wasn't a factor in that game. Like he really wasn't.
Only reason I'll push back on that, Rob,
the defense stopped the Rams. that averaged 35 points a game that year. That was a masterful job by Bill
Sean
Belichick.
McVay had that offense looking great. And 3-point, that might be one of the greatest performances of all time.
And Bill Belichick did it to the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
He stopped the St. Louis Rams. That's why I'm saying it's easy to just say, oh, Brady won another one, but you got to look at some of the.
Oh, but only thing I would say that ends up happening with everything. Like Patrick Mahomes, we talked about this the other day. He hasn't been a world beater in some of these Super Bowls. He's been average or solid, or if you look at some more, there's not always you were that great. It's that I also won't take the credit from you that what you did to get to that game, right? Meaning Tom Brady being who he was throughout that season is a large reason why they got to the game. So if his game in and of itself wasn't that great, he still continually was a large part of the reason that led to Super Bowl appearances. And same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Same thing will be with Jalen Hurts. If they win, but Saquon just ran for 225, 3 touchdowns. But, hey, Jalen was a part of that. Jalen now has a Super Bowl ring when we start talking about great quarterbacks.
I get that.
So I get what you're saying, but you do so much to get to the Super Bowl that I can't simply say for 4 quarters, for 60 minutes of the whole season, you weren't that great, that I won't give you a lot of credit for getting there and winning it.
But when you try to hang and say, well, you won 7 of them, I just think that's oversimplifying it.
But that's going to happen with superstars in the NBA. That's going to happen with quarterbacks.
But it's ridiculous.
Coaches even.
But it's ridiculous that no other player is attached. Wide receiver. Oh, Calvin Johnson can't get in the Hall of Fame. He didn't win a playoff game, right? No, nobody holds that against him, right? But it's held against the quarterback in a good way or a bad way.
Right,
you
get a lot of credit or you get a lot of blame.
But that's Josh Allen. Like you can say whatever you want. Oh, the Bills are 0-4. No, Josh Allen is.
Josh Allen's 0-4 against who?
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
It ain't the Bills are 0-4 against the Chiefs.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's Josh Allen. But in the words of Justin Timberlake, cry me a river, in the sense that this is what comes with it. This is why Kirk Cousins will, at the end of his career, make more money than any player except for like 5. Now, obviously, it'll keep changing. It'll be somebody else later.
Yeah, but that's because it's the quarterback thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So there is the glory that comes with it, is that you get paid $60 million if you're Dak, and you haven't necessarily earned that yet.
I just think the Patriots, people don't revere or admire that run like they should because of all the question marks. Do you understand? Like they should be revered, and they're not, because people don't feel good about the Patriots. There's something sleazy there. There's something, if I touched it, I needed to wash my hand. It doesn't feel good, and you feel like, or at least I do, like the shoe will drop one day, and you'll go back and go, oh, okay, that explains a lot. That's no wonder they went 9 years without winning, and then all of a sudden things changed.
I wonder how far away from it will we be, though, where people will be like, oh, yeah, I already knew they were a little dirty, but who cares? And I think that's, listen, they didn't do like a normal run, though, Rob, of like, wow, man, they won 2. They didn't do the 90s Cowboys, which was great, right? You won 3 out of 4 years. Wow, that's really, really good. That's impressive. Dude, they won 6. Like, they had an insane run.
But there was a 9 year. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I think you're going to get hate when you win that much. You're going to get hate when you never said anything in any interview. That's why we're all blown away the last 4 or 5 years.
But even
seeing Tom Brady have a personality, because we just we went out there, man. We played together as a unit, and we gave it all that we got. Like, the Patriot way became more annoying. So they were like the NFL version of the Spurs, where there was really no personality, and they didn't have a bunch of superstars per se for the first half of that run. It was just a bunch of different receivers in and out, Troy Brown, Deion Branch, and it just was like not the most entertaining, a la the San Antonio Spurs.
But I think the cheating is what turned people off.
See, and that's where we disagree. I think it's a part of it. I take away from it.
I think it's a big part of why people have never really embraced them, because it feels like it wasn't on the up and up.
I think it's more the boring and the
how they almost won 18-0. I mean,
that was a lit team because they had Randy Moss, and it was a whole different thing. But overall, the overarching, I think it was the Patriot way, kind of boring. Nobody saying Bill Belichick won't answer anything. I think it was that also the turn up. Like, they weren't overly, like the Warriors run for the most part. I don't think people hate because it was You're seeing stuff you've never seen before. Steph Curry shooting shots. Klay Thompson, 63
There's some
points.
people who didn't like once they got Kevin Durant, they didn't like it.
That's true. That's for sure true. But I feel like with the Patriots, it was just more the Patriot way. It was boring.
I think it had a lot to do.
And I believe
we talk
the
about
cheating played a role. But
that's
I don't
why
think
the owner's not in the Hall of Fame. How's the owner? They won 6 championships. Yeah. How's the owner, Bob Kraft,
He's
not
the
in?
one getting sunned for it.
Seriously.
It ain't going to be Bill Belichick. He's going to be
Bill
first
Belichick
ballot
might not
immediate.
be.
He'll be first ballot. You know that.
I don't
Tom Brady,
know that. Tom
first
Brady,
ballot.
if I had a Hall of Fame vote for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And you'll be the one that we will be calling. We'll be on our show. Who's the one voter that didn't vote for Tom Brady?
And I would put my hand up and said it was me because he's a cheater.
Ain't no Tom Brady, first ballot. Bill Belichick, first ballot. Robert Kraft, you're going to get in, but we're going to make you wait.
We got to get the video. Peter Alexander from NBC,
get the video.
NBC News said, hey, Tom, some people think you've cheated. Is Tom Brady a cheater? And he looks straight into the camera and goes, I don't think so. What does that mean?
That means...
No, seriously. Somebody asked you, are you a cheater?
He's saying...
I don't think so. What do you mean you don't think so?
That's his way of saying, what do you have on me? You know what I mean? Like, so that I can say, well, I didn't know deflating the balls was against it, or I didn't know that. But
he could have said that from day one, like when they had the whole thing. Hey, it's on me. I asked the ball boys to take the air out. I didn't know it was under.
And honestly, most people would have been like, I don't know, whatever.
Yes, but he couldn't do that. He destroyed his phone. Like all this other stuff. He had a nickname for what? He had 100 texts with one of the guys. Yeah. Now, unless you're having a relationship, why do you have 100 text messages with the ball guy and you got a nickname, a pet name for him, call him the Deflator?
Yeah.
Seriously.
First of all, don't ever call me the Deflator. Nothing to do. Nothing to do with no balls. Talking about the Deflator. You're gonna have to call me something else.
How you gonna text somebody? I don't really know that guy, but there's 100 texts between you and the Deflator.
Yeah, but again, that wasn't.
Isn't that an opera?
The more you
Deflator Mouse or something like that.
The more you we dug into that, you realize how many teams and how many quarterbacks like things certain ways. So I'm like, why did they make that the bigger? Spygate was way much more to me.
No, but Spygate was another one. Bill Belichick got fined $500,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's much more detrimental than. Okay, I like the ball a little.
No, but that year, go back, look at the stats.
No, I remember.
They didn't fumble the ball all year.
But I guess what I'm saying is
when you make the ball softer.
But what I'm saying is, if Aaron Rodgers liked his harder, and if
excuse me,
he did. I know, right? As I said it. Thankfully, Alex didn't catch that one. I don't get. Just make yours a little flatter, yours a little harder. Like that, of all the things in sports, that doesn't bother me. Like if you see an NBA game, they go out there.
There's a reason that they do
I know,
that.
but I'm saying they get the ball in the NBA, they bounce it. You know that
you play basketball. There has to be a certain
but they watch the ball and they go, which one do you want? You see the guys coming, Steph Curry, dribble, which one?
But Brady and Peyton Manning lobbied the league to have them put in balls from whenever for their team. It was never like that. They use one ball.
Yeah, use ours. When you're at the crib, we gonna use these.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then they lobbied that when they were on offense, you had to use their balls.
I don't mind it. You know what it is? It's like baseball. Baseball doesn't have a exact type of home field. You can have a wall. You cannot.
The ball has to be the same.
But what I'm saying is, like, there's just a little advantage. Like, we like it like this. If you hit, hey, we got a different wall. We got different sides. Ours are shorter. Ours, like, that's to me the least of it all. The Deflategate, the Spygate, I'll give you that.